Hello, this is Bob Mangrew, and today's topic is about connection to the oneness. Very often in spirituality or in self-help material, you hear about everyone is connected. We're all connected, we're all one, and so on and so forth. And sometimes it's hard for us to wrap our minds around this concept. Because when you think about yourself, you tend to think of yourself as an individual. And it's very easy to think of yourself as an individual because this is how we seem to be wired. Our brain tends to give us this perspective or perception that we are an individual being. And in some way there is a truism to that. But on a deeper level of reality, there is a connection to all things. And the way I want to explain this is to use the analogy or the metaphor of a leaf, the leaf on a tree. Every single leaf on a tree has an experience or is visioned to be an individual leaf. So when you look at a leaf, you think of it as an individual leaf. However, the leaf is still part of a tree. The leaf is still connected to this bigger or greater thing called tree. And the treeness, if you will, is like divinity or consciousness or God, if you will. The tree is a source of the life for that leaf. Without the tree, the leaf will die. If the leaf suddenly became disconnected from the tree, it will dry up. So consciousness, divinity, or God is our tree. It is our source of all life. Now we see ourselves as individuals. We think about ourselves as individuals. However, we are all connected to this one source. Now, when you look at a tree, do you judge the individual leaves? Do you say one leaf is better than another? Do you think just because a leaf is on a higher point of the tree that it's somehow better than the lower leaves of the tree? Of course not. You see the entire tree as one beautiful thing. You do not judge, you do not condemn the individual leaves. And yet this is what we do to one another as human beings. If we only saw ourselves, humanity, as all connected to one source of life, we will treat each other with greater respect. With greater dignity, we will honor each other rather than condemn one another. But until we can see ourselves, humanity, in the beauty as we can see it in a tree, as all elements of the tree are just as sacred as one another. The roots are just as important as the bark is just as important as the branch is just as important as the leaves. And the fruits that come out of the tree is the fruition of our own consciousness. Whether it's delicious apples, beautiful oranges, or pretty flowers. The tree gives life, it gives beauty. So you are connected as an individual. Yes, you can speak of yourself, you can think of yourself as an individual, but knowing that you are not separated. And the ones that are under this thick illusion of separation are the ones that experience fear, experience drama, experience negativity, because they are disconnected somehow, psychologically, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, from their true nature, from their source. The leaf that is intact with the tree receives all that it needs to receive. It will receive the nutrients. It will receive the life force of the tree. So the more you stay in contact, if you will, with your higher self, with divinity, with divine intelligence, God, however you want to term it, that's entirely up to you. but knowing that there is something that sources you, there is something that gives you life, and that's the spirit of who you are. So are you an individual being? Yes, on one level. But on another level, we're all connected. And because we are all connected, we must honor the sacredness of that. Because if you start doing damage to one part of the tree, the whole tree suffers. When people start doing damage to one another, or communities starting fighting with one another, or countries are at war with one another, they don't realize they are destroying the tree of life. The leaves, the branches, the roots, the air, the rain, the sun, the soil, they all work together to express this thing called life. Human beings are the ones that are disconnected from that connection. And the only reason we fight, we hate, we seek revenge, we lack compassion, is because we are under this thick illusion that we are an individual being. So think about this and know that you are connected to something very sacred and something very beautiful. Thank you.